Alright, in today's video we are going to make the slowest Afrobeat ever. Drop the tempo all the way down to 85 BPM. We'll be using the jazz guitar finger A preset from Omnisphere to make our melody. My scale is already set to G minor. To create a ghost note of the scale, open the sampler channel, select the stamp icon, and on the melody scale category, select the minor natural. Our root note G, and there we have the G minor scale. On our instrumental track, we do Alt plus V to reveal the ghost note. To our melody, select the 6, 7, 6 notes of the scale. Turn them into chords by skipping each scale note twice. Skip and skip. Select the third, that's the middle note, and bring them up an octave. We also duplicate the root note and bring them up an octave too. Now we break this chord down into this beautiful sounding arpeggio. Switch the last chord for variation. Now we create a simple guitar chords with this guitar VST from Nexus. Copy and paste same chord progression, and we basically switch the rhythm. EQ to cut the low frequencies and some high frequencies as well. Now we create a pulsy pattern with a muted guitar to add an energetic feel to the melody. Copy the root note of the progression. By the way, the preset is from Contact Electric Guitar Sound Bass. Alt plus U to chop. And then we layer with this one shot for more depth. Now you can hear that it sounds way too off, it sounds out of tune. The one shot is tuned to F sharp. We can just pitch it 100 cents and problem solved. But I want to show you something, should in case the sample doesn't have the description of the note in which it is tuned to. So you just right click and edit in Edison, this flag icon, then you go to detect pitch region. Now you see it has been tuned to F sharp. Another way to do this is edit it in pitch corrector. You can see on the keyboard that it hits on the F sharp. Just move it to the right note, that's the G, and then we drag it back. Now if you go into Edison and then check the pitch region, you can see that it's now tuned to G. Now we are in tune. For basic mixing, we just pan both left and right and then drop the velocity. Now to add effect to both patterns at once, I'll just create a bass track. So I'll just select the tracks I want to add to the bass track, and on an empty mixer track, we right click on the bottom and route to this track only. We just rename as muted guitar. Now we insert EQ to cut the low frequencies. From here, let's add some textures, a vocal sample. Make sure you stretch it to be synced to the tempo, and then pitch it to match the key. Let me basically chop it and then rearrange it. Mute this part, cut this and then reverse it. Now here's our vocal chop. For every vocal chop, you want it to be less prominent in the mix, so cut the highs and low frequencies. Now we can create a send return reverb. So select the vocal track and right click on the bottom of an empty mixer track. Select sidechain to this track. And then on our sidechain track, we can insert the reverb. So if you are using the reverb as a send return effect, just turn the wet knob all the way to 100 so that you can have a blend between the wet and then the dry signals. And then on the vocal track, we add fruity send to send our dry vocal to the reverb. Just select send to reverb and then we select our reverb channel. So when you do something like this, you can solo and listen to the reverb and then add effect to the reverb. You have more control both over the wet and dry signals. Now we can automate the wet and dry signal for it to be less prominent during the verse. Now we can add our drums, shakers, this rim shot pattern, and we can layer and then shift it. Add some more percussions, and always add swing for a better drum groove. Now we'll fill up the drums with a percussion loop, this and that. Before we had this, and now. So the percussion loop acts as a glue to make everything sound a lot more fuller. Now let's do some low end energy, a bass from Harmless. It plays this simple pattern. And finally, guitar rig 6 on the guitar VST. We add some rises. And then drum fills. And done. Like always, thanks for watching and see you in the next one.